Look at that kitty.
They can't see it.
I'll take a screenshot. I wish you would look at me though. Oh my
Oh,
god,
oh,
that that's
wait, wait,
that's a
wait,
perfect shot.
wait.
That's oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yep. Okay. I hope you got it.
Yeah, I did. Fun fact, y'all, Mal has to stand for this episode because her cat Astro is sitting on their chair.
It's her favorite spot to take naps on, so I run on her time.
Oh, should I do the intro? Okay. Sorry, I forgot.
No, you shouldn't.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Cartoon Soup podcast. Today we're doing our Halloween episode. Happy Halloween. We're posting this on Halloween. Today we're talking about Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. We've made it a new tradition last year to talk about Scooby-Doo movie every Halloween, and let's just get started with this one.
Wait, before we even start, Marco, you didn't grow up watching Scooby-Doo stuff, did you?
I think I watched Scooby-Doo Where Are You, and that's it.
Okay, how many Scooby-Doo movies have you seen? Including this one.
I think I think I've seen the live action one.
Both of
The
them or
live
just one of them?
I think both of them. Plus the one with that Coco girl. What was it called? Trick or Treat Scooby Doo?
Oh, yeah, the most recent. I don't even know if it's the most recent one anymore, but it's the one we watched last year.
Yeah, yeah. And then this one. I think I've only watched those four. But I do remember
Wow.
I have watched Mystery Inc. The one where Velma gets loses Shaggy because Shaggy would rather be with Scooby Doo than Velma. And I do remember I watched Mystery Inc. I do remember I watched Where Are You? I'm not sure about anything else though.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay, well, let's just get started with the notes. So, for the synopsis, Daphne is running a show where she is trying to find real haunted houses. After teaming up with the Scooby Doo gang, they find a haunted house and must find their way out alive. Okay, so while I was watching the movie, we got to this part where the two women who are definitely lesbians, the two women became cat monsters. I was really hoping that they would play the story straight because not in that way. I was really hoping they would play the story straight because I always like Scooby Doo stories where the monsters and ghosts are actually real monsters and ghosts, and I'm so glad that that was the case for this movie. Not something I see enough of.
And I say, um, watching this as an adult, the first time I saw, because I've seen this before as a kid many times, but watching it as an adult, the first time I saw Lena and Miss Lenoir interact, I was like, lesbian lovers, forbidden romance, age gap, boss employee.
Okay, but like especially since they were mean to the gardener.
Who were mean to the gardener? Scooby?
No, the two women, they were like, "Oh yeah, we don't care about him. He can just go work," you know?
Oh, I don't think they were being mean to him. I think they were just being, uh, they didn't care.
Same thing, I guess. I don't know.
No, I
But
think that not caring about men is more lesbian than constantly being angry at men.
okay, but like at the same time, well, correct. They did not care about him, which I think heightens the lesbian factor to them.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so yeah, love that for them. So Mal, were you also surprised that the cats in this movie, and I'm not talking about the monster cats, were you also surprised that the normal cats didn't like fight or anything or become monster cats as well? When we got the reveal of the cat monsters, I was like, so the other cats are gonna fight with them, right? And I thought that was the reason they were always fucking with Scooby. But then I was like, so there's nothing going on with them. They're just straight up cats. I really wish we got to see them at least do something other than only Scooby because I felt like there was clearly something going on with them, and I wish we would have got some more in that aspect.
When you understand the whole story, it makes sense that the cats didn't transform because they weren't like part of the curse and the ritual.
Hmm.
Um, so no, I was fine with it.
Okay, well, here's my thing. Are they the same cats from back then, or are they just like
No.
no?
I
Okay.
think they're cats that they have accumulated throughout the years.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes more sense to me then. But yeah, I part of me, I mean, I like the fact that they fucked with Scooby, but also I just think it would have been fun if they also like were part of the curse. So has it always been in the Scooby Doo canon that Scooby Doo hates cats? Listen, I haven't watched that much Scooby Doo shit, but I always remembered him being at least able to cope around cats. So I was surprised when he was like so angry around these cats because I was like, I think he usually had a cordial relationship with them.
I think it's I honestly cannot remember many scenes where Scooby-Doo is interacting with cats, but I feel like in general he's like afraid of a lot of other things. But I think specifically in this movie it makes sense for him to not like cats.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just wondering, like, if is that has that always been a thing, you know?
I don't know.
Mm.
I really don't know.
If I had to guess, I'm saying it wasn't always a thing, and it was just done for this movie, because I specifically have the memory of him being okay with cats for the most part. I love how the movie starts with a chase scene and plays the Scooby Doo "Where Are You" theme song. I don't know if this takes place in the same universe, probably not, but I just liked how it played that theme song.
I do know that like they're sort of like not sort of, they're wholeheartedly alluding to like the fact that this kind of takes place after the original 1960s animation because Daphne's talking about how like they have only experienced hoaxes and stuff and how she wants to find like real ghosts. But I think this is technically sort of like a different universe. And there are like other movies that are kind of in this universe as well.
Okay, so it's kind of like taking influence from "Where Are You," but like not directly connected.
When did Where Are You come out?
Scooby Doo is an old franchise.
It is very old. From the 60s.
I remember we had this conversation where you asked like when did it originally air, and I'm like 1960-ish, and you're like no fucking way.
I could not believe it. Because that's so fucking old.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, wait. I have a question about
yeah.
music since we're bringing it up. What are your thoughts on the original song in this?
I liked it.
Good, perfect.
Okay, I feel like you get annoyed at me whenever I don't like a song in a movie.
No, no, I only get irritated when you don't like a song in a movie that I liked.
So I like this movie, but I don't think I'm the biggest fan of Scooby Doo universes where the Scooby Doo gang is really famous. Which is wild to me because I feel like a lot of Scooby Doo stories have them be famous. I just feel like it doesn't really do anything for me. I just feel like it's something that doesn't need to be in a Scooby Doo plotline in order for it to be successful. I have not watched a late 1990s to an early 2000s movie in so long, and I forgot how immaculate the aesthetic of the animation can be. It was really nice to see it again.
Legally, I have to say this, so much nostalgia watching
Yeah, yeah,
this. Like, it reminded me so like, it reminded me of my love for, like, classic American animation, and I especially love the background art, specifically
yeah,
the art that we were getting, like, in the swamp and in the foresty areas. It was
yeah.
so beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. So this movie kind of made me hate Scooby and Shaggy. Like they are so annoying to the side characters, and I couldn't help but like be like, "You deserve all the hatred you're getting." I was so frustrated with them. I think it was mostly Scooby because like he kept running after the cats, and like I get it, but like it was a bit much. I mean, I feel like it's common for me to dislike those characters anyways, but like usually I'm fine with them, but like in this movie specifically, they were just a bit much for me. I am usually okay with the relationship between Fred and Daphne, but the jealousy arc was not it for me. And Mel mentioned that like it wasn't even that big of a plot line, but at the same time, I still felt really annoyed by it. Also, I just think jealousy arcs are really boring, unless they're like queer. I gotta be real with y'all. I gotta be so real with y'all. And maybe that's just because I'm a jealous person, you know? But like I just don't I just don't want to see that shit. And Mao is a jealous person too, let's be real.
I'm surprised that you're a jealous person.
I definitely am.
Oh, wow. Okay, we have something in common.
I just feel like you're way more you experience it way more than I do. And I sorry,
And
does that
I can't disagree. I can't disagree.
I was like, does that sound like a diss? Because it really wasn't.
I mean, it's the truth. And then also
Okay,
I feel
okay.
like I'm more vocal about it.
Yeah. When Daphne used the voodoo dolls against the cat ladies and said, "You're not the only one who likes playing with dolls," I was like, "Slay, that's so slay. I love that for you." So, okay, I was kind of confused by the fisherman here. Like, he had no real purpose to the plot line. I'm actually not gonna hate on this though, because I like how in the end of the movie, he basically catches the fish he's been trying to capture for the entire film, but then Scooby like rushes into him and like he drops the fish and he's like, "Wow, I spent my all those years catching this fish and it was right there, literally right there. And then this dumb dog had to ruin it. Oh no, that really justified his existence for me. But overall, I don't think he needed to exist.
I think it was like a really weak red herring. Like he was a red herring for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, basically. He didn't serve enough of a purpose.
This is so stupid. Why do I feel like Gorgonzola keeps being brought up in things we're talking about? Am I the only one? Am I the only one?
No, I remember it being mentioned multiple times. Like there was a disco pep where it got mentioned there. I don't remember the other times it was mentioned, but we keep seeing the name Gorgonzola for some fucking reason.
Yes, dude. It's okay. So Scooby and Shaggy leave a couple wheels of Gorgonzola after they ate like almost all the other food contraband, and it's because it's their favorite character from Chowder. Listen, all I'm saying is this is fate telling me that I really need to like lock in and finish my little project that I was talking to you about of like how I rank like bitch boys. Because Gorgonzola is a bitch boy.
Oh my god, I forgot that we talked about that.
Still figuring it out, but he is a bitch boy. He's one of my favorite bitch boys. Okay, so this movie has a great example of Daphne and what I've been saying about her since forever. Daphne is smart. This is the Daphne I grew up with, so whenever I hear a loser talk about how Daphne is useless or dumb, or when modern Scooby-Doo media makes her useless or dumb, I simply can't comprehend. The only L Daphne takes in this movie is calling the Confederate zombies the good guys.
Wait, wait. I thought
Marco, they were
wait, no, no, no.
Confederates.
Okay. I must have misheard this because I could have swore they were Confederates. I could have swore there was literally a line with like Confederates ill. Did I mishear that? Okay. I remember like they were like I feel like I think it was the blonde woman. She was like, "Oh yeah, they were these Confederates that existed." And I could have swore there was a line where like they were like Confederates ill. Did that not happen?
Maybe they said that. I don't remember. But what I'm
Okay.
saying is either way, they could have said Confederates, ew.
But
Then
they
they're being a
also
little
said
yes, they're being a little contradictory because then they're like, "No, Scooby and Shaggy, don't be afraid of the Confederate zombies. They're the good guys."
you know what? At least Scooby and Shaggy were standing on business by saying, "Are you kidding? Are you for real? Do you really think I'll believe that?"
Ew, this is stupid. Velma, wearing a skirt, gets lifted into the air. Daphne, this just gets better and better. Velma pulls her skirt down, maybe from where you're standing. Honey, Velma just clocked Daphne for panty peeping.
Oh my god. Here's the thing. I've seen this clip many times before because I sometimes watch compilations of like Velma being gay and stuff, or like Velma and Daphne shippers, and so I've specifically seen this scene before, and I completely like forgot, and I didn't know that this scene was gonna be in here, so I was like, oh my god, they're gay.
I feel like during this whole movie, even before the big reveal, they were trying to like vilify the cats by making them mess with Scooby. But I must have always been a cat person because I was rooting for the cats. Always rooted for the cats. I was like, "Fuck with that dog. I don't care." I was with you on this one. They were being really aggressive with Scooby being annoying, which I feel like the reason it felt more irritating to me is because we usually see Scooby-Doo being more like docile and nervous and scared. So to see him so aggressive, they were really like pushing it on like, "Oh, cats are mean." But then also it just felt so out of character for him. Did anyone else get the vibe that the gardener was gay?
You know what? I'm gonna say yes, just because you mentioned it.
Okay. Okay.
And also because he didn't mention at the end of the story that he wanted to write a mystery novel. And all novelists are gay. I'm calling that now. Um, I don't make the rules. Sorry, y'all.
If you've ever written anything, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're
You're a
gay.
homosexual. Yeah,
Yeah. You're part
yeah.
of the community. You're somewhere. You're one of the letters.
Stand up. Be
Figure
who
out
you
which
are for
one.
your pride.
Oh, I think it's because he was being really sassy. Like, it was because he was undercover, but he was being so sassy.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I didn't think about that. There's also like the side comics he made whenever someone talked to him. I was like, that makes sense now.
Okay, what I love about rewatching media I watched as a child is catching things I didn't catch when I was young. One of those things I didn't catch was the whole, plantation and the Confederate situation. Totally flew over my head. I think it's because I watched this when I was in elementary school and I didn't learn about that stuff until middle school. Yeah, and then also, I didn't like how they sort of framed the Confederate zombies as the good guys in the end. I think that's straight up false advertisement. So the quicksand scene. Me personally, if I were trying to warn someone not to walk in a certain direction because there is quicksand, I don't think I would aggressively grab their wrist, push her around, grab a big rock, and throw it in her direction and onto the quicksand. I know we needed a red herring, but they were really like pushing him in ways that just made me feel like, come on, guys. It's like kids aren't that dumb.
His excuse can be that he's gay and he hates women and he just wants to scare her. You know,
A,
all
a gay man terrorizing a lesbian? Not at all surprised.
you're telling me those exist? More likely than you think.
Okay. Uh, mm, okay. I think this was my first introduction to cat girls. And listen, they're supposed to be the bad guys. I can't see them as the bad guys. They inadvertently curse themselves in order to get revenge on a group of men who wronged them. Also, if all the zombies are people they've killed, they sure have killed a lot of Confederate soldiers and a whole ass plantation. So, like, are they really the bad guys? Like, yes, there's also tourists they killed, but I can't be bothered to care. The cat girls did nothing wrong in this situation, and I just think the cherry on top is the fact that they had a Confederate soldier ghost thank the Scooby-Doo gang at the end. Like, you guys,
Yeah.
the Scooby gang looks like the bad guys.
Yeah. You know, the problem with creating stories that have historical accuracy is you can't erase the past actions of
Mhm.
racist groups. So I feel like, you know, they clearly weren't going to talk about the racism in this movie, but I feel like by ignoring it, they created some real issues in the movie as well.
Yeah, and okay, they okay, especially when they were like, "And they built a plantation," and you saw, like, a white character, like, picking the peppers, like, can we be so honest right now?
Yeah,
You're talking
yeah,
about a
yeah,
plantation in the South during, like, the slave years, and you're saying and you're gonna show a white like, all I'm saying is they're sanitizing American history
yeah,
like, under probably under the guise of being like, "Oh, well, kids are too young to learn about this," but also, like, then base it somewhere else if you don't wanna, like, bring up the actual true history.
exactly, yeah.
Like, pirates were fucking everywhere, like, base this in New Hampshire or something, like yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, let's end it by talking about the racist inaccuracies of this movie.
The racist inaccuracies of Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Is that a new video essay?
Oh god. You know what? You know what? I just gave someone an idea. Take it.
Anyways, overall thoughts. Overall, I like this movie, but like at the same time, Scooby Doo and Shaggy were annoying. I was getting annoyed about the jealousy arc, but overall, I did like it because like the monsters were actually monsters. I thought the Catwoman were actually pretty slay. You know, it has its ups and downs, but overall, it's a nice movie. I liked it.
I think mostly what this movie did was make me want to rewatch every single Scooby-Doo movie to see how it holds up and how I feel about them. Because straight up, as an adult, I am on the women's side. The Scooby-Doo gang, they looked so bad in this. That being said, I love the art and I love the animation. That's it.
Anyways, you guys, our social medias are in the links down below. Also, we have a video gaming channel. Check that shit out. That's everything. Don't let your brains become soup. Okay, don't laugh at me.
Check that shit out.
I don't know how to talk, okay?
It's okay. It's okay. You have a podcast, you don't know how to talk. That's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. People who don't know how to talk canonically have podcasts.
That's so true.